Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Alex. Please subscribe. I post new yoga videos and tutorials every day. This is a practice to help you to prepare for inversions. Let's begin. In a child's pose, knees about mat width distance, bring the big toes to touch. Walk your hands forward. Bend your elbows and bring your hands to touch behind your neck. Arrive. Bring your awareness to the present moment by bringing your awareness to the breath. Do your best to smooth out each inhale, each exhale. Let's take a breath in through the nose, fill up, out through the mouth, emphasizing the exhale. One more time, inhale. Exhale. Begin to breathe exclusively in and out through the nose as best as you can. Extend your arms. Press down into the mat to lift up just enough to thread the right arm underneath the left. Make a fist with your left hand and place your forehead on top. Feel the stretch across the right shoulder. Keep the eyes open, the gaze is soft, and the breath is smooth. Press into the left hand. Let's switch sides. Walk the right hand forward, thread the left palm up underneath, and then set your forehead down and breathe. Use the breath to stretch the shoulders and torso even more. Deepening the inhale and completing each exhale. Release. Press up to a tabletop. One cat-cow. Inhale, arch the back, level the gaze. And exhale, pull in the stomach, round the spine. Neutral spine. Walk your hands toward the top of the mat, just a couple of palm prints, and we're going into puppy pose. Bring the forehead down. Try not to bring the hips with you. You'll feel this under the shoulders, into the chest and upper back. Release into a Sphinx pose. Prop up onto your forearms. Your arms are going to be about forearm distance away from each other, so just touch the elbows, and that's your distance. Press under the wrists, press under the elbows, go back and forth, press the shoulders down away from the ears, lower the hands, and then press them as well. Pull your chest through. Relax your gaze. Breathe. Breathe to intensify the stretch. When you inhale, the lungs expand and push on muscles. Use that. Release down to the mat. Extend your left arm out, airplane wing palm down. Pillow with the right hand as you roll onto the left hip and open up the shoulders and the chest. Let's switch sides. Carefully roll. Extend the right arm out. Shoulder height, palm down, and we're going to roll onto the right hip. Rest your head on your left fist. Breathe. Back to your stomach. Press up to a tabletop. And back to a child's pose just for an exhale. Inhale, tabletop. Tuck your toes and hover the knees. Hold. Smooth out the breath. Pull in the core. Make sure the weight is pressing evenly through the hands. You probably have to push the front part of your hand down extra. Keep breathing. Set your knees down. Keep some of that engagement. Untuck your toes. One cat-cow. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Pull in the stomach. Tuck your chin. Tabletop. Tuck the toes. Hover the knees again. Just about an inch off of the mat. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Press it back. Pedal out through the feet. Bending one knee at a time. This is a great opportunity to roll out one wrist at a time as well. And to scan the hands, you want to press the weight into the front part of them. Now find some stillness. Feet hip width, hands shoulder width, index fingers point straight ahead. This is our first inversion. The heart is above the head. Look between the hands, bend the knees, and walk up to the top of the mat, toes and heels together or at least close. Bend the knees and relax over your legs. Round up to standing. Find good posture. Stand evenly between both feet. Let's bring the palms to touch, lengthen the tailbone down, and pull in the core. And reconnect to your breath. Reconnect to the present moment, what you are doing right now. On an inhale, reach the arms overhead. Keep them shoulder width, elbows are soft, palms face each other. Pull in the core again, press the shoulders down. Smooth out the breath and feel the arms slowly start to feel heavier. Inhale, straighten the arms, look up between the hands, reach. And exhale, bend the knees, forward fold over both legs. Halfway lift, inhale, roll the shoulders back. And from here, hands down, plank pose. Pull in the core. Let's just find a few breaths here. Downward dog. Lower your knees to the mat. Puppy pose. Walk your hands forward And rest your forehead down on the mat. Try to keep the weight distributed evenly between the hands. Tops of the feet are down. Do your best not to take your hips forward with you. Sphinx pose. Shift your weight forward. Measure the distance between your arms, forearm length. Press under the wrists. Lower the elbows, lower the hands. Press the elbows down so that the shoulders are away from the ears, and then press the wrists down again. Pull the chest through. Feel an arch. Breathe. And release. Press up to a tabletop. Tuck the toes, hover the knees. Downward facing dog. Reach the right leg back and up. Keep the foot flexed, hips square to the mat. Squeeze the right glute, lift it higher, and then try to step on the wall behind you. Press into the hands again. Downward dog. Scan right to left. And switch sides, left leg up. When you stack the hips, it will open more. What we want are square hips, level shoulders, flexed foot. Press again, bring your chest closer to the right thigh as you step on the wall behind you. Downward dog. Lower your knees to the mat. Bring yourself onto your forearms. Measure the distance between. Press down under the wrists, the elbows back and forth. Feel like you are pressing down, and then tuck your toes, hover the knees. Set them down. Hover the knees, keep pressing through the arms. And lower. Hover the knees. And then start to straighten the legs. Press down through the palms, through the wrists and elbows. We're in dolphin. Walk the feet in a little bit. You still want them to be hip width. Notice if you're rolling in on your arches. Press down through the hands. And here we are. Breathe. Let the head and the neck relax. You might gaze right on the mat in between your elbows, but that's a process. Lower your knees to the mat. Sit back on your heels. Cross your right arm across straight and then use your left forearm to stretch out the shoulder. Bring your palms to touch in front of you, straight arms. Open up so wide. Like you're gonna hug me. And then cross your left arm across and use your right arm, forearm, for a stretch assistance. Release, bring your arms out in front of you. Open them wide, lift your gaze and reach the arms overhead. Look up at your hands. Inhale. Exhale. Tabletop. Tuck the toes. Downward facing dog. Reach the right leg back and up. Point the toes. Stack the hips. Press extra into the right hand. Squeeze the right glute. Switch sides. Left leg back and up. Downward dog. Lower to your knees. Forearms down, measure out the difference, or the distance. Dolphin pose. Press up, press back. Remember to go back and forth between pressing down through your hand, your elbows, just scanning and continuing to find places that can help. Walk the feet in a little bit and breathe. Look at the mat right between your elbows. So the head might be lifted a little bit. If that's too much, don't worry about it. Press down again through your arms. We're building shoulder strength. We're becoming comfortable with being upside down. Balance on the left foot and reach the right leg back and up. Hips square, knee pointing down. Press down again in the hands. Dolphin pose. Left leg back and up. Both feet down. Lower your knees to the mat. Tabletop. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Lift onto your toes, tuck the chin, ripple through, upward facing dog. Ooh, that should feel good at the top. Inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale, tuck the toes. We're back to downward facing dog. Lower to your knees if you need to, or bring one elbow down at a time. Find dolphin again. Press down under the wrists, the hands, the elbows, back and forth, and walk the feet in just a little bit. You're trying to press your heels down just like you would in down dog. Inhale, lift the heels. Take caution, Be careful. Just notice where you are and then press the heels back down. Stand on the left foot, reach the right leg back and up. Press down through the hands again if you forgot. This time let the hips stack, squeeze the right glute. Dolphin pose, both feet down. Balance on the right foot, lift the left leg back and up. Press down through the hands again, squeeze your left glute. And downward, or dolphin. Now press up, lower your knees if you need to. We're in downward facing dog. Woo, high triceps. And shoulders. Look between your hands, walk up to them and relax over the legs. Bend the knees, round up to standing. Bring the palms to touch. And breathe. Separate your feet almost mat width distance. Interlace your hands behind the back. Roll the shoulder blades together. Inhale, lift your gaze. Exhale, bend the knees. Fold forward, let your hands float away from the torso. We're opening up the shoulders, not forcing anything. Release your hands to the mat. Bring the feet back to touch. Inhale, halfway lift. Halfway lift, halfway lift. Forward fold. Bend the knees. Sit down on your mat. Bring the soles of the feet to touch. Sit up tall. Hold on to the outsides of the feet. Shoulders down. Inhale. Exhale forward over your legs, round, flat spine, just whatever sounds nice. And sit up. Find a comfortable seat. Eagle arms, right arm under, left arm over, and we're just going to go up and down, not pushing or forcing. This should just feel good. And release, let that go, and then switch. Left arm under, right arm over. And release. Right hand down, left arm reaches up, side body stretch. Sit up and switch sides, left hand down, right arm up and over. And sit up. Turn to face the front of your mat for a reverse tabletop. Hands are behind you, fingertips pointing toward your heels. Press down and lift. Try not to let the knees splay. Keep the weight in the front part of your hands as much as you can. Sit down. Extend your legs out in front of you. Inhale, lift your arms over your head. And exhale, forward fold over your legs. Make this gentle, make this a lot, whatever you need. Breathe. Sit up and lie back down on your mat. Feel your shoulders on your mat, arms by your sides. Lengthen the back of the neck by lowering the chin slightly. Draw the right knee into your chest and take that into a twist. Guide the knee across to the left. Place the right arm out away from you. Try to keep the shoulder down. Even if that means you're not putting your top knee on the mat, let's stretch out the shoulders. Palm down unless that irritates your shoulder. And release. Full body stretch. Inhale. And the left knee draws in and twist. Left arm is out about shoulder height, palm down. Back to center. Hug both knees into the chest. Let the head rest down. And we're going into legs up the wall, away from the wall. Hands are palms down underneath the lower back. Reach the legs up. The knees will probably be soft because we are looking for that balance where you don't really have to think about it. The feet are going to rest next to each other. Soft gaze up at your feet. Stay here or find a shoulder stand. You're going to lift and roll up. Use your hands underneath the back, or I guess it's on top of your hips from this angle. Keep looking straight up at your feet. Keep some distance between the chin and your chest. Do your best to soften your breath, your gaze. Stay here or find a plow pose. Lower your feet back behind you. Ideally, you want the toenail side down, but you might need to practice to get there, which is fine. That's what we're here doing. General rule, don't look right or left in a plow pose or a back bend. There's a lot on your neck and upper body, so you want to stay careful. Reach the legs back up, one or both at a time, or you're still in legs up the wall. One of the best restorative poses ever. And then we are all back. 2 legs up the wall. Happy baby. If this is too much, just hug the knees in. Otherwise, uncurl the lower spine. Press your feet into the hands. Knees are wide. Hug your knees into the chest, one hand on each knee, and draw some circles. Both knees in the same direction. Get a decent grip on the kneecaps so that you feel like you can relax the lower body and move it. Switch sides. Directions. Find a little bit of a rock, a roll. Oh, Freddie Mercury. Just kidding. Okay, sit up. Sit up tall. I think I'm funny. And arrive. Just relax the shoulders down. Take a moment to move the head around half or full circles. And then bring your palms to touch at heart center. Just feel what you feel. Inhale, lift the arms overhead. Lower the right hand down and find a side body stretch. Keep both sit bones down. And both arms overhead. Inhale. Exhale, lower the left hand down, side body stretch. Both arms overhead. Let's close with a breath. Inhale, lift up. One more sip of air at the end. Long exhale, lower your hands down to heart center or by your sides. Gratitude for your practice. I am so grateful for your presence. Let me know what you thought with a like, a comment, a share, and I will see you in my next video. Namaste. Namaste. What's for dinner? I'm so hungry. Namaste.